G'day Tim.
Mate, good to see you.
Yeah, it's been a long time with these lockdowns.
It has, and what a better, best place to catch up out here in the mighty Victorian high country, mate, down here in Dargo.
You've been to my workshop plenty of times. I thought, let's go to Tim's.
Well, this is a great workshop to have a look at. We'll have a good look at it a bit this afternoon, yeah.
Yeah, well, my thought was I've got a standard patrol here and you've got a very not so standard one.
Yeah, it's a little bit modified, my little GU, and it goes very well, very capable, but it's going to be interesting to see how the new Y62 goes, mate.
Yeah, well, my stance here is I'm the beginner. I've done some mild forward driving in an old 40 series Land Cruiser back in my day, but realistically I'm a beginner. So what I want to get out of today is a bit of learning from you. You're a bushman, you've got a lot of skills. What can you teach me?
Well, certainly a lot we'll show you as the things go on, but I think before we even get started, we'll get a little talk about sort of the weather that's gone on here in the last few days.
Yep.
You know, there's been about 120 mil of rain and fallen down in this Dargo area in the last sort of few days, so we need to be very mindful of that with river crossings, what effect and impact that's going to have on the tracks with trick conditions, so we'll find out as we go on.
As a beginner, I often find a lot of anxiety coming to the high country. It's a big place and it's a place where you could quite frankly die quite easy if you weren't careful.
You need to really treat this area with a great deal of respect, and when you do come out here, and don't ever take this place for granted. And the Victorian high country, it's a beautiful place, but it's also an area that you can get into trouble and very, very quickly. And weather is a big part of that, where tracks can change, even some of the easiest tracks can change to quite moderate, quite challenging tracks, you know, with a bit of weather change. So there's a lot we can learn, that's for sure.
That little river off to the left, would that normally be dry?
Yeah, mate, and as you can see, there's quite a fair bit of water flowing down through that at the moment. But under normal times during summer, yeah, that's generally pretty dry.
This is the Wanangata River. It's moving pretty fast. What's it tell us?
Yeah, mate, it is. It's certainly moving a lot faster than what it would normally do at this time of year in the middle of summer, and you know, it's that really dark chocolatey brown colour, so clearly it tells you there has been a lot of rain up in these areas over the last few days. But the thing is, this river system goes for miles through the Victorian high country, so it doesn't necessarily have to also rain just here for river levels to rise.
So what should I take from this? So I've come around the corner, I've seen that the river doesn't look normal.
Well, if you're going to come up here and do a trip, there's a fair chance you're going to be looking at river crossing somewhere in your journey, so you've got to really take this into account. And if you come across a river crossing, well, good idea is maybe to get out and have a walk of it first. You never know what logs maybe have been washed downstream with rivers that are flowing fast like this, so you should really go walk them first and see if there's any dangers in that crossing before you head across.
Great tips. Let's keep going.
Patrol, mate. How's that going to go, do you reckon, against its older generation, the mighty GU?
Oh, I reckon it's got a sporting chance. You've got a bit of a... I reckon you've got a bit of a lead with all the gear you've got on yours.
Gear? What gear? What are you talking about? Nothing on this.
Those little rubber things with a bit of chunk on them, that's what I don't have.
One of the other big differences between your patrol and mine is that yours has 4 more pistons than what mine's got.
Yeah, and I paid for it too. She's pretty thirsty.
Down here, mate, to have a look at the wash away from the debris that I was sort of talking about earlier. Let's say we pull over and have a bit of a look at this, because this is full on the debris that's been washed down here.
Yeah, it looks like that's something pretty serious.
Yeah, mate, really good indication. There's sort of early signs to look out for that there has been a lot of rain in this particular area. Let's have a look.
Right, Tim, we come up here to go to Billy Goats.
Yeah.
Obviously up that road, but In the light of what we've seen, what's your advice?
Well, between that and some of the reports on early social media posts about billy goat at the moment, yeah, it's pretty full on, and we've just been speaking to a couple of people in town who actually have done it, and yeah, it's pretty full on at the moment. So we might give it a miss, and especially after the rain, we don't know how that's maybe even impacted the track as well. So we're going to go on and we'll do another one of the iconic tracks around here, which is Blue Rag Range Track. Another really nice drive and a nice scenic road, so we'll go and check out that one. But hey, look, there's nothing wrong with not doing a track. If you don't feel up for it, don't feel comfortable, it's a good idea to give it a miss. Come back another day. The tracks aren't going to go away. They're always going to be there. So do it on another time where you're going to be a little bit more comfortable to go and do it.
So what was the basis of our decision to not? There's obviously still people going to do the track today, but what was the main basis behind our decision to say, let's give it a miss?
Well, probably tyres and is probably a big one with your vehicle too, even though look, Blue Rag's going to be some sections in that, but Billy Goat has got a lot of big rocky sections in it and it's probably not ideal, so I think we'll push on and let's go and do Blue Rag instead. Josh, when was the last time you sort of came up and started your Blue Rag?
Oh, it's been a while ago. I've come up here many years, maybe 8 or 10 years ago in the old 40 series.
That's a fair while ago, so yeah, I'm assuming the track may have changed a little bit since then, but it's still going to be a great drive anyway.
What can we expect on this track at the moment? You reckon? What sort of conditions?
It's been a couple of years myself since I've actually driven this track, but the steepness doesn't change. So yeah, look, it's always a good drive. It's certainly a fairly reasonable steep down section to begin with. And then that final climb up to the summit is always quite steep, and so we'll have to wait and see what the actual track conditions are like as we get there, because they do change from year to year. They can change it month to month, but yeah, we'll see how we go when we get there. Here's the change to the weather temperature though. It's dropped quite a few degrees since we left Dargo, even gone from the old west.
Yeah, it's 15 degrees here. One thing you don't always count for is the change of weather up here.
Blue Rag Range Track, this is us.
Well, we made it.
Well mate, here we are on the summit of Mount Blue Rag. What a beautiful view it is. So mate, how did the new patrol go coming up through Blue Rag?
Pretty good.
Happy with it?
Yeah, I was actually very surprised. For a stock car, she's probably spun once. Might have lifted a few wheels, but I saw you spinning a bit. Did you not hit that old rock button?
I did have one button going in coming up there, but mate, on a hill like that, when there's no trees to pull a winch off if you get into trouble, I don't know, I've just got this motto, get to the top and don't muck around, so that's what I did.
It's not a bad plan. I found I'd never played with it before, but there's a button that said rock, so I hit that and it was as soft as, like driving a rocking chair. But it just...
To change the suspension setup, did it?
Felt like it. I'll have to go and read the manual, seeing if that's what it actually does. But yeah, excellent ride up here and beautiful spot. But I've just noticed now, the weather seems to be closing in a little bit.
Yeah, look, how much has it changed, from where we were down there at Dargo, it was really nice, hot, probably, temperature down there, but look at it up here. It almost feels like about to snow up here. It just goes to show how much the weather can change.
Yeah, those clouds have come in lower since we've been here, and I suppose that's talk us through that a little bit. How important is it to watch the radar and the weather?
Well, just got to come prepared for any weather conditions or any time of year. Here we are, second week in January, hottest time of the year, and and it feels like it could potentially snow up here at the moment. It's very, very cold compared to what it was down the low country. So you just got to come, bring the clothes and raincoats at any time of year. You just never know what this mighty Victorian high country is going to throw at you.
I'm learning that.
That's why I got the old vest out, mate, because yeah, it's well needed.
I'll do a bit of a shopping list for next time.
Next time.
thanks Tim, we got back safely.
Such a good trip, wasn't it, mate? It's a really nice drive out through there.
Yeah, it was beautiful. And thanks for your tips on the cues on what to look for. It's really helpful as a beginner. What should I do to my vehicle next? I've obviously got the roof rack, I've got that sorted.
Yeah, look, got all that sort of gear all sorted. Look, probably only one major step up you might want to look at is certainly your tyre options. Yeah, they are an AT, an all-terrain tyre, but when you look at that all-terrain tyre as opposed to this all-terrain tyre, there is a vast difference, and these are sort of light truck tyres, so they're certainly going to handle the lower pressures and that sort of thing when we drop them down, but I don't know, that's probably about all I would look at, is maybe just an upgrade in your tyres to something a bit more rugged that'll handle the conditions a bit more than probably they will.
Yeah, well those rocks were pretty savage. Well, thanks for coming today, thanks for having us.
No worries, mate.
I really appreciate it.
Now you've seen my office, after seeing a little bit of yours, that's mine. What do you reckon?
Yeah, it's excellent. I'll trade you any day.
Good on you, mate. Thanks very much.